It is week 3. I'm starting off with 210 kilos on the bar for squat. Now, with this squat, I can safely say it wasn't my best attempt. I didn't get as deep as I wanted to, so didn't squat all the way to near depth like I usually do. It was more like above than anything. Looking back at it, it was just like above, and yeah, should have gone deeper, but now I know, because it was a bunch of nerves really. I was like very anxious about hitting it, so I think the nerves just got to me and I just didn't go all the way. But hopefully 215 I will be a lot deeper and a lot faster. But my other sets of 170 went better. I mean, my depth was way better in these, like way better. So, and it felt a lot better because when you don't squat all the way, it's like straining your, tendons and everything. So it's better to relax and go into it and shoot right up. So I will learn that in the future. Now on to 135, not 135, 137 on bench. I needed a bit of a motivation, so I had a bit of sniffing salt for doing this because I was tired after that squatting. So what I did was just sniff the sniffing salt and it went up pretty easy. So 145 definitely next week. So I will be back in business when it comes to getting my numbers up, so very slightly. But hopefully next block, just have to see what happens because bench is sort of like slowed down. Don't know with deadlift at this point, so I'll have to see. And with squat, it's just getting back into it. So just getting back into it after my tendon and everything decided to kill itself. So yeah. But yeah, all's looking well, and yeah, things are working great. So nothing really to complain about. I'm getting back into it, and yeah. Now some incline dumbbell bench. These felt pretty easy. I believe I got 8 on both sets of this that it shows. I think I got 8, 8, 8. So yeah, solid sets. So 46s are next. Can't wait for those because they're gonna be a pain. But I'm definitely progressing more on these now, and yeah, just shooting up with these. So yeah, everything's progressing. Now skull crusher, 50 kilos on the bar. First set felt a lot better. Then my second set just was like a bit shit. So yeah, I think it might be more work on the 45 kilo or something. Just have to see next week with that, because I will be maxing out and I don't want to overdo myself, of course, because I'd rather keep my tendons in check and yeah, just be healthy, really. So yeah, these felt okay. It's just a bit heavier than usual, really. Now some tricep push down. These felt okay. It's just like my left arm was sort of bugging again. So like, I don't know if it's just like skull crusher where my arm felt like incredibly numb. I mean, to an extent, my right arm felt a bit numb. So I didn't feel much with these. So it was just like a bit of extra stuff. I thought as long as I do the form correctly, it should, do something of some sort. So yeah. So another successful lift, other than the fact that my squat wasn't really what I wanted. I think I overdid myself, so hopefully next week when I hit 215 it'll be a lot better. But anyway, yeah, how's life? Life's been okay. Just working on myself, working on everything. I mean, what to really talk about today is, it's a book that I read a long time ago. It was when I was 16. I wasn't good at socializing, shall we say. But yeah, I started reading the book at 16. This was when I think my happiness started to go up afterwards. It was a book called How to Make Friends and Influence People. You're probably thinking, what sort of sadder buys that kind of book? A socially awkward sadder. That's who. This book in particular, bearing in mind, I read this book till it's like worn and torn because I think the back's gone or something. Like, it's definitely worn in, and I have a few other books that I've read. So, How to Win Friends and Influence People definitely did change my life for the better, because I knew how to strike up conversations with people. I made it more about the other person than myself. So, like, in a conversation, in the book, it says the other person cares more about themselves than they ever do you. So start off the conversation with them, then start off the conversation about you. Instead of spilling all your beans, let them spill their beans, because people like to talk about themselves. I like to talk about myself, of course, because I'm literally talking about myself to a camera, and I don't care, because literally I've got nothing to hide. So this book taught me how to, make friends, really, because I'll be honest, I've used multiple techniques in the book to, make friends, like Captain Pisstain. Like, I just asked constant questions about him, tried remembering his name, which is also in the book. Many of my other friends, it was more or less talk about them, do all sorts with that. Hell, even with introducing myself to my ex, it was more of a, who are you? That's how I, got around the whole socially awkward thing. And I was very socially awkward when I was 16 and younger. I wouldn't have approached people. I wouldn't have tried to make friends. I would have stayed at home, which was basically my entire life. I'd go to school, come home, then do whatever. I'd draw, play video games, that kind of thing. That's the sort of thing I would do because that was comfortable. But when I got into the gym, I felt a bit lonely because, my supposed gym partners, which were my friends, they all quit, basically, because they didn't have that, drive really to go to the gym. So I was basically by myself, so I had to introduce myself to other people, and I used that book to help myself because there was a YouTuber called Hamza or something that recommended the book, so I decided to give it a read. Pretty good book, honestly. I actually enjoyed reading it because it was so interesting. I mean, got a few other books like 0 to 1. A new book that my mum got me, it's 6 Minute Entrepreneur or something. And yeah, just like books like that interest me, like the psychology of other people, how to become self-dependent, all this kind of rubbish. Because I want to be self-dependent, I want to do all sorts in my life because I only have one life. I don't want to just waste it. So I look into stuff like that. And yeah, very interesting book. I do recommend it for anyone struggling with like social things. So like if you want to improve your social skills, that's the main book in my opinion, because I don't think many books can describe it as good as that. I mean, it's got 400 plus pages, but that's nothing really, because yeah, I just I liked reading it. I read it like 3 times, so yeah, but I'm on a new book now, so yeah, yeah, definitely would recommend that book, even if you're just like a person who likes to read. It's just interesting. So yeah, that book did change my life, and no, it wasn't the Bible. It's just how to make friends and influence people. Because I'm not necessarily religious. I dabble in sort of believing and not, because I just believe as long as you're a good person, good things will happen and you will be rewarded for your good deeds and everything. But I also believe the harshness of the world, and I believe that the more sciencey ways and less proven, you know, because people can have their own beliefs. It's a free world we live in, you know. But that is the book that genuinely changed my life, and it's a great read. So definitely would recommend it. But anyway, less of my book recommendations. That'll be all. I do videos like this, and I do funny reels to make people's day. You know, I just do this bit for more of the serious, you know, parts of my content, and I just post funny reels and shorts just to, you know, gain more traction to my channel, and yeah, just like make people laugh if possible. But yeah, that's my channel. But anyway, like and subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.